You left day-to-day operations of Reddit when?
I did at the start of this year.
Start of this year.
Be a full-time venture capitalist with my partner Gary Tan at Initialized.
Tennis legend Serena Williams' husband Alexis Ohanian is in tears after receiving a shocking diagnosis. In an emotional statement, Ohanian has revealed a devastating health condition that has left him unsure of the future. But what is this devastating diagnosis that has left Ohanian heartbroken? And how will Serena Williams cope? Join us to explore the turn of events. A scare. Alexis Ohanian's health journey. Alexis Ohanian, the loving husband of famous tennis star Serena Williams, recently opened up about a health scare that changed his life. In a heartfelt post on Instagram, the 41-year-old businessman and co-founder of Reddit shared his journey, reminding everyone how important it is to care for their health, especially fathers like himself. It all started a few years ago when doctors noticed some tiny lumps on Alexis's thyroid. These small nodules weren't causing any problems at the time, but the doctors wanted to keep a close eye on them. Over the next 4 years, Alexis went through many checkups and scans. As time passed, it became clear that a closer look was needed, so the doctors recommended a biopsy. When the results came back, they showed there was a high chance the nodules could turn into something serious. Not wanting to take any risks, Alexis made the brave decision to have surgery. Doctors removed half of his thyroid to stay on the safe side. On Thanksgiving Day, while many families gathered around their dinner tables, Alexis was in a hospital bed, dressed in a blue gown and hairnet. He took a simple selfie from his hospital room, looking calm but thoughtful. In his caption, he shared more about what had led him there. Alexis spoke about his mother, who had sadly passed away from cancer when she was around the same age he is now. She fought a tough battle with breast cancer, which later spread to her brain. Thinking about his mother's strength and the pain of losing her pushed Alexis to be extra careful with his own health. He wanted to be there for his family, to watch his daughters grow, and to make memories that would last a lifetime. Thankfully, the surgery went well. Alexis received a call the next morning confirming that the part of his thyroid that was removed had dangerous nodules in it. It was a huge relief to know he had made the right decision. For Alexis, the hardest part of recovering wasn't the surgery itself. It was being told he couldn't lift weights for 2 weeks. He loves staying active and moving his body, so having to slow down for a little while was a challenge. But he knew it was worth it. Even with restrictions and the ongoing pandemic, Alexis made sure to spend precious time with his family. He took his 2 daughters, Olympia, who was 7, and little Adira, who was just 1 year old, on a special trip to Disney World in Orlando, Florida. The photos he posted from their adventure showed big smiles, hugs, and simple joys. Alexis showed everyone that happiness doesn't have to come from perfect moments. It can be found in those sweet, everyday memories with the people you love. Just a few months before his surgery, Alexis faced another surprise. During some regular health tests, doctors discovered he had Lyme disease. It was a shock because he wasn't showing any signs of the illness and didn't usually visit places where ticks are common. But instead of worrying too much, Alexis stayed positive and started treatment right away. He wasn't about to let a tiny tick slow him down. Lyme disease is a sickness that comes from a tiny little insect called a tick. These ticks are so small, they're about the size of a poppy seed. You might not even notice them if one lands on you. They like to live in grassy fields, bushes, and wooded areas where animals such as deer and mice are found. That's how the ticks get the germs that cause this disease. One of the first signs that a person might have Lyme disease is a rash. This rash usually pops up near the spot where the tick bit. It often looks like a bull's eye, with a red dot in the middle, a clear ring around it, and then another red circle on the outside. It's an important clue for doctors, but not everyone gets this rash, so sometimes it's tricky to spot the disease early. Through everything, Alexis shared not just his health story, but also an important message for other men. especially dads. He encouraged them to make time for regular checkups and to listen to their bodies. Alexis reminded everyone that taking care of yourself is one of the best gifts you can give to the people who love you. What made Alexis's stories so touching wasn't just the health challenges he faced. It was the way he handled them, with honesty, courage, and endless love for his family. He didn't try to hide his fear or pretend to be invincible. Instead, he showed that it's okay to be vulnerable, to lean on others, and to find joy in simple, beautiful moments. Let's go back and find out what his early life was like. What made him have this much influence in the world? Let's dive in. The early days of Alexis Ohanian. Alexis Ohanian was born in Brooklyn, New York, into a family with a rich and diverse background. His mother, Anki, was German, and his father, Chris, was of Armenian descent. This mix of cultures gave Alexis a unique perspective on life. His father's side of the family had escaped the Armenian genocide, a tragic chapter in history, and came to America seeking a new beginning. This experience of resilience and survival shaped the family's story, influencing Alexis as he grew up. At home, Alexis spoke German with his mother, creating a close-knit environment where language and culture played a big part in his daily life. However, life in Brooklyn was fast-paced, and when Alexis was still young, his family decided to move to a quieter suburban town in Maryland. In Maryland, Alexis found himself as the only Armenian child in the neighborhood, which made him feel a little different from his new friends. To stay connected to his Armenian roots, his parents sent him to a summer camp run by the Armenian General Benevolent Union. At camp, Alexis learned more about his heritage and deepened his understanding of the customs and traditions that had been passed down through generations. As an only child, Alexis was especially close to his parents. His father worked as both a travel agent and a pharmacy technician, while his mother created a warm and loving home environment. Alexis attended Howard High School in Ellicott City, Maryland, where he threw himself into his studies. His hard work paid off, and in 2001, he had the honor of delivering the graduation speech at Meriwether Post Pavilion. This was a proud moment for Alexis and his family, a milestone that would mark the beginning of his journey to greater things. From a young age, Alexis had a fascination with technology. He dreamed of becoming a programmer and even took the only computer science course offered at his high school. But when it came time for college, Alexis took a different path. He enrolled at the University of Virginia, where he chose to double major in history and business commerce with a minor in German. Looking back, Alexis sometimes wonders if he should have stuck with computer science, given his later success in the tech world. But the choices he made early on helped him develop into a thoughtful, curious, and innovative person, someone who was open to exploring different paths and making his own way. From a curious teen to a tech leader. Alexis Ohanian's career story is one of determination, growth, and heart. His journey began in a simple but significant way. Encouraged by his parents, Alexis took his first steps into the world of computer programming through community college courses. At the same time, he spent hours online, teaching himself coding and web development. His parents gifted him his first computer, a 486SX, and Alexis eagerly took it apart, eager to understand how it worked. This curiosity sparked a passion in him that would shape his future. As a teenager, Alexis began creating websites for nonprofit organizations. Even though he was young and working out of his parents' basement, he found a way to communicate with organizations through email, not revealing his age. This clever approach showed his growing confidence and skill. Alexis considered becoming a lawyer at one point and even started studying for the LSAT. But doubt set in during a test prep session, and he quietly left, knowing that law wasn't the path for him. It was then, while sitting in a Waffle House in Charlottesville, Virginia, that Alexis had a life-changing realization. He didn't want to be a lawyer. He wanted to build his own business. In 2005, Alexis graduated from the University of Virginia with degrees in commerce and history. That same year, he joined his college roommate, Steve Huffman, to create a food ordering app called My Mobile Menu. They pitched their idea to Y Combinator, a startup accelerator, but their proposal was rejected. Instead of giving up, they were encouraged to come up with something new. They didn't just try again, they launched Reddit, an online platform that aimed to be the heart of the internet. Reddit became part of Y Combinator's first batch of startups in 2005. Just 1 year later, Reddit was acquired by Condé Nast for a reported $10 million to $20 million. Alexis stayed involved with Reddit, serving as a board member and later returning in 2015 to take on a leadership role. By 2018, Alexis decided to step away from Reddit to focus on other ventures. In 2020, in the midst of growing awareness about social justice, he chose to resign from Reddit's board, suggesting that a black candidate take his place. Entrepreneur Michael Siebel was chosen to fill the position. But Alexis's journey didn't stop with Reddit. He explored other exciting ventures, one of which was Bread Pig. In 2007, he created Bread Pig, a quirky business that sold nerdy merchandise, with all proceeds going to charity. Though Alexis stepped away from the business in 2012, it showcased his caring personality and fun-loving spirit. In 2010, Alexis took a break from Reddit and traveled to Armenia, where he worked with Kiva, a microfinance organization that helps small businesses. During this time, he co-founded Hipmunk, a travel website, and started Das Capital Capital, a company designed to guide and fund new startups. Y Combinator took notice of Alexis's talents and named him the Ambassador to the East, where he helped guide aspiring entrepreneurs and represented the company on the East Coast. Later, he became a permanent partner at Y Combinator and helped launch the third initialized capital fund. In 2020, Alexis embarked on a thrilling new adventure as the primary investor in a women's soccer team in the National Women's Soccer League. The team, called Angel City FC, played its first season in 2022. The ownership group included famous names like actress Natalie Portman, retired players from the U.S. women's national team, and Alexis's wife, Serena Williams. In 2021, Alexis launched a new investment company, 776. Through this project, he continued his mission of supporting emerging businesses and innovative ideas. His journey shows that with curiosity, courage, and compassion, amazing things are possible. He and Serena are said to be the cutest couple. So how did they start their love life? And how far have they gone together? Stick with us. Love in the most unexpected way. Serena Williams and Alexis Ohanian's love story is one that feels like it could be straight out of a movie. Charming, unexpected, and full of sweet surprises. Their journey together started in the most unique way, not at a fancy event or party, but through a simple conversation about superheroes. That conversation sparked a connection between two people from very different worlds. Serena, the world-renowned tennis star, is famous for her strength and grace on the court, while Alexis is a tech innovator known for co-founding Reddit. At first glance, they may have seemed like an unlikely match, but destiny had something special in store for them. It all began when they met for the first time, and instead of the usual small talk, Alexis casually brought up Marvel and Iron Man. Serena, a huge Marvel fan, was instantly interested. Alexis didn't just know a bit about the movies, he was passionate about the characters, the stories, and the history behind them. Serena could tell right away that he wasn't just trying to impress her. He was genuinely excited about the topic, and that honesty made her feel comfortable. But their first meeting wasn't without its bumps. Serena didn't come alone. She brought her assistant and agent, Jill Smoller, along to make the situation feel more relaxed. What was supposed to be a casual conversation quickly turned into an interrogation. For hours, Alexis was asked all sorts of personal questions about his relationship status, his past, and even whether he had children. But instead of getting flustered, Alexis remained open, honest, and cheerful. He talked openly about his previous relationships, which helped Serena relax and see that he was truly genuine. Slowly, the conversation turned into something more, and a bond began to form between them. As they spent more time together, Alexis quickly realized that Serena was the one he wanted to spend forever with. On December 29, 2016, he proposed to her in a beautiful and heartfelt way, marking the beginning of their new life together. In April 2017, Serena unintentionally made a big announcement when she shared a Snapchat photo revealing her pregnancy with their first child. The news spread fast, and later that evening, her team confirmed it. What was even more surprising was the fact that Serena had been about 8 weeks pregnant when she won the Australian Open that same year, leaving the world in awe. Serena gave birth to their beautiful daughter, Alexis Olympia Ohanian Jr., on September 1, 2017. The birth was complicated, requiring an emergency C-section due to Olympia's dropping heart rate, but both Serena and the baby were safe and healthy. Serena later introduced Olympia to the world with a special doll named Kai Kai, which has since become a beloved character on social media. In November, Serena and Alexis tied the knot in a stunning ceremony in New Orleans. Their wedding was filled with celebrity guests, including Beyoncé, Anna Wintour, and Kim Kardashian. But the couple stayed focused on each other, celebrating the start of their life as a married couple. The couple's family grew again in 2023 when Serena made a surprise announcement at the Met Gala that she was expecting their second child. By August of the same year, they welcomed their second daughter, Adira River, bringing even more joy into their lives. What makes Serena and Alexis so loved by fans around the world is how they balance their glamorous lives with simple, everyday moments. Whether they're cheering for Team USA at a sports game or sharing a quiet night at home, they cherish every moment together. Their connection is clear, whether they're courtside at a tennis match or laughing together in their own living room. To better understand this mix, let's look at Serena's life and growth. From Compton to tennis legend. Serena Williams, one of the greatest tennis players in history, was born on September 26, 1981, in Saginaw, Michigan. She grew up as the youngest in a large and lively family with 4 sisters, Yetunde, Lindrea, Isha, and Venus. Serena also had several half-siblings from her father, Richard Williams's side. Living in a busy household meant there was always noise, laughter, and a lot of love surrounding her. When Serena was still young, her family moved to Compton, California. Although life in Compton was challenging, it's where Serena found her passion for tennis. At just 4 years old, she picked up a tennis racket, and it didn't take long for her father, Richard, to see her incredible talent. He believed in her so much that he decided to take charge of her and Venus's education and training, homeschooling them so they could focus on tennis while still getting a good education. Despite their father being their main coach, Venus and Serena also had other mentors. One notable figure was another Richard Williams from Compton, who saw their potential and opened a tennis academy to help the girls sharpen their skills. This support was crucial as Serena began to grow in her game. At the age of 9, Serena's family moved again, this time to West Palm Beach, Florida, to give her and Venus better opportunities in tennis. In Florida, they began training at the famous Rick Massey Tennis Academy. Rick saw the girls' talent and worked closely with them, helping them develop their skills. By the time Serena was just 10 years old, she was already making waves. With an impressive record of 46 wins and only 3 losses on the junior tennis tour, she was quickly becoming a tennis star. But Serena's journey wasn't like most young athletes. Her father, Richard, wanted to take a different approach with his daughters. At 10, he made the bold decision to pull Serena and Venus out of national junior tennis tournaments. He didn't want them to burn out or face the pressure of competition too soon. Instead, Richard wanted them to focus on their education and enjoy their childhood without the heavy expectations placed on most young athletes. He was also deeply affected by the racism his daughters faced at tournaments, and he didn't want them to deal with the hurtful comments and negativity. In 1995, when Serena was in 9th grade, Richard made another big choice. He decided to pull Serena and Venus out of the tennis academy and become their full-time coach. Many people questioned whether it was the right move, but Richard had unwavering faith in his daughters. Serena eventually realized that her father's unconventional decisions were exactly what she needed to grow at her own pace and avoid the pressures of traditional tennis routes. Powerful Serena Williams in the tennis court. Serena Williams is a name known all around the world. Her journey in tennis is a beautiful story of never giving up, working hard, and always believing in herself. Serena's parents, Richard and Oracine, wanted her to wait until she was 16 before starting her career in professional tennis. They believed she needed more time to grow before stepping into such a challenging world. But Serena had a different idea. She was eager to begin her journey sooner. At just 14 years old, she tried to play in a big tournament in California, but she was too young. It didn't stop her. In 1995, she got a special chance to play her first professional match in Quebec, Canada. Even though she lost her first match, it was just the beginning. In 1997, Serena's hard work began to shine. She won against two top players, Mary Pierce and Monica Seles, even though she was ranked 304th in the world. Serena's incredible performance helped her reach the top 100 for the first time, an amazing achievement for someone so young. By 1999, Serena was unstoppable. She won her first singles title in Paris and beat tennis legend Steffi Graf in California. That year, she also made history by facing her sister Venus in a final, the first time two sisters had ever competed for a singles title. Serena didn't win that match, but it was an unforgettable moment for both of them. Serena and Venus also made tennis history in doubles. They won the 1999 French Open, and their bond on the court was something truly special. The sisters played with love, trust, and encouragement, and the world saw how strong their connection was. From 2002 to 2003, Serena had a legendary streak. She won the French Open, Wimbledon, the US Open, and the Australian Open in a row, defeating Venus in each final. This achievement, called the Serena Slam, made her a true tennis champion. But no journey is without its challenges. Serena faced injuries and tough times, but her determination never wavered. In 2007, she made a comeback and soon regained the world's #1 ranking. Then, in 2012, Serena reached new heights, winning Wimbledon and an Olympic gold medal. She completed a Golden Slam, which meant she won all 4 major titles and Olympic gold, an incredible achievement. From 2014 to 2015, Serena's winning streak continued as she claimed 4 major titles in a row. But it was in 2017 that Serena reached a milestone that made history. She won her 23rd Grand Slam title at the Australian Open while pregnant. Serena's strength and courage shone through, inspiring people everywhere. After giving birth to her daughter, Serena returned to tennis and played in 4 more major finals. Even though she didn't win those, her determination to play at the highest level as a new mother was incredibly inspiring. In August 2022, Serena announced she would start stepping away from tennis. She played her final match at the US Open, ending an unforgettable chapter filled with victories, moments of magic, and unforgettable memories. Serena didn't just shine in singles, she also excelled in doubles, winning 23 doubles titles, including 14 with her sister Venus. Together, the Williams sisters made history, earning 4 Olympic gold medals, 3 of them in doubles. They also became the only women in the Open era to win Olympic gold in both singles and doubles. Serena made history in mixed doubles too, claiming 2 titles in 1998. She is the only player, male or female, to achieve a Golden Slam in both singles and doubles, a remarkable feat. Serena and Venus changed the world of tennis. Their power, grace, and athleticism brought something fresh and exciting to the sport. Serena's 39 major titles, 23 in singles, 14 in doubles, and 2 in mixed doubles, are a testament to her greatness. She also made history by winning all 4 major singles titles at once and conquering hard, clay, and grass courts in a single year. Off the court, Serena became the highest-earning female athlete in the world, bringing in nearly $29 million in 2016 and 2017. She earned many awards, including being named Sports Illustrated's Sportsperson of the Year in 2015, and the Laureus World Sportswoman of the Year 4 times. Through love and dedication to each other, Alexis and Serena has built both a family and life while striving in their respective careers. Let's look at their legacy. A champion beyond the court. Serena Williams is a symbol of strength, determination, and the power of believing in yourself. Her journey shows us that no challenge is too big if you stay focused on your dreams. In 2020, the Tennis Channel recognized Serena as the most accomplished female tennis player of all time, and this was just one of many honors she's received. But Serena's story is more than just trophies. It's about resilience, family, and a heart full of faith. Her success isn't just measured by victories on the court, but by her ability to rise above difficulties and always push forward. Serena became famous for her bold playing style. As an aggressive baseliner, she stood at the back of the court, delivering powerful, fast shots that left her opponents scrambling. Her serve, one of the best ever in women's tennis, was known for its speed and precision. When Serena served, it was a moment that often stunned her rivals and thrilled the crowd. Sure, she made mistakes sometimes. Her daring shots came with risks, but that's what made her matches so exciting. Serena didn't just play tennis, she made it an adventure. People from all over the sports world have called Serena the greatest female tennis player in history. In 2017, BBC Sport fans even named her the best female player of the Open era. And Roger Federer, one of the greatest players of all time, said Serena could be the greatest player, period. Not just among women, but among all players. Serena and her sister Venus changed the image of the sport itself. They proudly wore their braids and represented young African-American girls who might have felt like they didn't belong on the court. Their presence inspired so many young athletes from different backgrounds to pick up a racket and believe they could succeed. Serena and Venus showed the world that tennis isn't just for a certain type of person. It's for anyone who has the passion and the drive. Beyond tennis, Serena's accomplishments are incredible. She was named Female Athlete of the Decade by the Associated Press in 2019. But perhaps one of the most heartwarming accomplishments was the fact that in 2022, Serena became the most mentioned female athlete in Twitter history. That's how much people connect with her story. Serena's impact stretches beyond the tennis world. When the U.S. women's national soccer team won the 2019 World Cup, they honored women who inspired them, and Crystal Dunn chose Serena Williams. It's a powerful reminder of how far Serena's influence reaches, not just in sports, but in inspiring people to chase their dreams no matter what. Serena's husband, Alexis Ohanian, is also making a difference. As a successful entrepreneur, he's helping young people develop innovative solutions to fight climate change through his 776 Foundation Fellowship Program. Alexis also wrote a best-selling book, Without Their Permission, and went on a tour to encourage young minds across the country. Forbes and Fast Company recognized his achievements, and he even gave speeches at top universities. Together, Serena and Alexis have built a beautiful life in Florida with their children, Alexis Olympia and Adira River. Their home is filled with love, respect, and a shared vision of reaching for the stars. In 2024, Alexis's net worth was $150 million, but to him, his greatest treasure is the family he's created with Serena. Their story is one of love, dedication, and support. Proof that the real success in life is not just in achievements, but in the people you share it with. Serena and Alexis reminds us that sometimes the most meaningful relationships start in the most unexpected ways. From a conversation about superheroes, a few awkward questions, and an openness to being real with each other. Today, they continue to build a life filled with love, family, and unforgettable memories. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.